Sure.
Okay. Everyone is here. Okay, I want you to select your partner. Pair to 2%. Since you all only have 4%, so 2% pair. Pair lah, pair. You have to go and sit with for a while. Maybe just for a while, then you can come back here. Okay. Okay, now each of your partner, I want you to know about your partner's name, your partner's family members, if she's married, she has family, and how many children, what she working as. So, know about, I give you about 5 to 10 minutes. Once you have done, after 10 minutes, I want you to come in front, and the person that know about your partner, you have to come and story about your partner. You have to mention, you cannot introduce yourself, you have to come here and you have to tell your partner's detail. Okay, this is ice breaking session, and you can start now. You maybe explain to her. Explain to her. You have to know and just come and just tell. Since 4 of us, I think the children will come, right? No, she cannot tell about herself. You will tell about her, she will tell about you. So you just tell her your info to her info to you. And children must tell how many children, family background. No, just your family. Yeah, your family. Yeah. As long as you remember, okay, you don't need to write. Oh no, you just have to come and in front. If you remember, you can explain that. Yes. Married and 3 kids and what the kids doing, how old the kids that's all, and what she is working as. That's all. And I want to know their hobbies as well. Hobbies. What they like, what they like to do. Hobbies lah. Yeah. Not playing at own. She her hobbies. Your hobby and her hobby. Yes. Okay, done? Just few more minutes. Not memorize. Okay, done? Okay, so who want to come first? Volunteer? You cannot introduce yourself. You have to introduce your partner. You cannot. You must introduce your partner's name. If she is married, she is married, and her family background and her hobby. Yeah. I think you can come here. As long as you don't block the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Again, no more quick.
No, speak English.
Speak English, yeah.
Bahasa Malaysia. Little bit. Let's start.
Suja, his name is Sujata. She already married lady. The husband name is Subramaniam, and she is a housewife. She got 2 kids. The kid's name is Parmeswaran. Another daughter is Kavipriya. Parmeswaran is 9 years old and Kavipriya is 7 years old. She's hobby is only to tell her hobby also.
Yeah.
She's hobby.
Just 1-2 hobby now what she likes. What she do.
She like to cook. She's hobby is cooking. Cooking. So her family background is she got a younger sister. His name is Asna Devi. She is a housewife also. She also got 2 kids.
So much information, detailed family background, entire names.
Her husband is working as a driver. Husband name is Kubalan.
Okay.
Oh, that's all.
Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you. So, Suja. Huh? Okay, so who is next one? Oh, you want to try? Okay, come. So she is Suja.
Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. She is my cousin, eldest daughter. Her name is originally Caroline, and mother name is Estrada. And
More louder. Because the recording is going on.
the mother name is Estrada.
Okay.
She has a restaurant, her own business. She has really her own business, and she is a student study at the college. Okay. And
Sorry, the name will be Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi, daughter of Prahlad.
Okay.
And then she has one greater brother. His name is Bali, and he also studies. So her hobby is singing and dancing. 24 hours she is singing and dancing.
So you sing and dance. So later we can sing and dance together after the session.
And then that's all. That's all.
Okay. And she's student. You said she's a student, right?
Student college community as a chef.
Okay. Wow, chef. So we have a chef here.
So helping
Upcoming
for
chef.
Upcoming and helping for mother.
Okay. That's all. Okay, thank you. So who's next? Vaishnavi. Chef.
Her name is Rainy. Her name is Rainy. She is doing.
Why you are reading? Why are you reading different to note? What have we discussed this time?
Tell about
Relax,
me.
calm down, tell about her.
Tell about me.
Okay.
Her name is Rainy.
True story.
Ah,
True story about me.
yes.
Yes.
Veni. So what we call Veni? What is her full name?
Krishnan.
Okay, so you call Veni. Veni. Okay. Then?
Her name is Rainy. She doing her own business.
Okay,
She
good.
have 3 kids.
Okay.
They are still studying.
Okay. Look at the participant.
Her hobby is
Hmm.
do cooking.
Okay. Okay. So that's all. Okay. Thank you. So Veni, Vaishnavi, Suja, and we'll have one more.
Short term.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Partner name Chandana Kumari. Outside. Two kids. Gunas, Maharishmi, and
His background, family background, is
Family
he
background,
married and we got children.
brother's name Kana.
So detailed.
Two kids.
Okay. Okay. Then
Chandana Kumari hobby. Netball.
so you like to play netball?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So Sandana Kumari, to address you as
Address.
how to call you? Address name Sandana.
Just short up.
Sandana, Suja, Veni, Vaishnavi. Right? Okay. Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say thank you for being here, for taking your time to join for this training. My name is Marina Jayasilan. I'm graduated for Master in Corporate Management and I'm also a certified trainer for HRBF, HRB Corp. Okay, today you are here for the training for writing email with 5S technique. So I am going to teach you how to write an email with this 5S technique. So what is 5S and the technique we're going to use to draft an email, a simple email. So, okay, so raise your hand, how many of you have draft an email, have sent email before? Has sent email before? Up. Okay, so only one person, right? And do you know, raise your hand if you wanted to learn how to draft an email. How to write an email to your friend, your family, or your co-worker, or your whatever it is. So only 2 of you want to learn. What about you? Okay, it's okay. Okay, 3. Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And I'll go to the topic that I'm going to teach you. This technique. You will be able to draft an email. Once you have completed this training, you will be able to draft an email. I'm going to conduct this training in English. If any one of you is not understand, please raise your hand. Okay, please raise your hand if you don't understand the contents. There will be a question and answer session at the end of this training program. But in between, if you have any question, you may raise as well. Okay. Can you go to the next one? Okay. The learning objective. I just told that you're gonna after this training, you will be able to draft a basic email structure. You will get to know what is email structure. What is email and how it is going to be, okay? And of course with the appropriate email ethic, when you're writing an email to, it doesn't matter your family members, it doesn't matter your friends, it doesn't matter to your colleagues, and especially those working in an organization, company, the email has to be an ethic. So there is an ethic in writing, okay? And a very quick email, and that email must be very, very effective. Effective in a way of delivering the message and informing, sending the message, it must be effective to the recipient, right? Okay. And as I told you earlier, the learning of the 5S technique. Okay. So raise your hand, how many of you have seen an email? Have seen an email? Pernah tengok email? Macam mana nampak email? Image of an email? Only 1%. Since you're a student, I think after this training. So I have a sample of email here. This is a sample of email. This is a business email sample and how it looks like. So from the structure from A to Z. So according to the 5S technique. So I'm going to circulate this. Maybe you can just have a look of this sample and return back to me. Okay? Okay. Email lah itu kan. Tulis apa berwarna just ATM apa kata to CC. So ini lah nak sulit kita. Okay? Let's go to itu yang pas nanti papa. So okay. Pilih kan. And then next slide we will find us. It's a sample of business email. Yes. It doesn't matter, like I said, it's not only for business purpose. Even to write to a friend, you need to know how to write, right? So that is the training for. Yeah, you need to know how to write an email. If you don't know how to write English or but Malaysia also can, but the structures is okay. You just have a look, later I will explain it, okay? Okay, done? So it's a basic. Subject line. Okay, for the email drafting, the first thing we have to look at the email content is the subject line. Subject line, what is subject line? I am sure you have seen the email template, right? So the subject line is the header of the email. Header means it's a tajuk. You know, everything's letter, even letter, you sending out the letters or whatever, they will have the tajuk, right? The before the content, after is the tajuk. So tajuk tu penting, to know what is that. So the email, when you drafting and sending an email, you must write in the subject line in the email. Okay, so that is subject line. And in order to write the subject line, you have to avoid the spam word. What is spam word? Spam word is there's a certain word. That one I will explain in details later. What kind of words that use will be filtering in the email system. Because some organization they have a very high technology IT person. So what is happened is people who they promoting the business, new business, and they shooting emails randomly to companies for marketing purpose, for promotion purpose. So they don't know when they use the particular words, it will be captured in the spam. So it won't be received to the recipient that we want to send. So that's why we need to avoid the spam word. And another one is ask open-ended question in the email. Open-ended question also I'll explain later in detail. And be unique in the email inbox. Every email has to be unique, especially for marketing and promotion. You know, when you're sending out a marketing email, business email, so it has to be unique for people to capture your heart. For example, you know, if you go to any of the shop, in the shopping complex, when you walk in, you see the shop structure, the name, the color, everything. Hey, this shop is look unique. What they doing? You want to go inside there and see. Same, similar effect for the email as well. When the subject line is unique, they will open your email and they will read your email. Okay, right, next. Sorry, I think the projector is a bit out.
And word very
Okay, I'm so sorry. It's okay. Everyone has the slides with you, right? Okay, so the screen is half something wrong with the protector setting. I apologize for that. And since you have the note, you can also refer to the note. You can refer to the note, and you don't need to be rely on the screen receipt because I'm going to hear and explain to you in the details. Anything you can just refer to the note. And earlier I told you about the subject line, right? The subject line is very important. And why the subject line is important? To capture the recipient eyes and heart to open your email. Remember, when the title is unique, you will read, you wanted to read, something like that. When the shop is unique, you want to go into the shop and you want to look at it, what they are doing, right? Okay. So it has to be short as well. When you're writing the subject reader in the email, it must not be long, and people don't want to read that long. You know, it was like, no, it doesn't capture their eyes to open, especially for the marketing. And if it's a business email, if it's a corporate or business email that you are sending to your clients, you're sending to your customers, and you are sending to the internal managers or your colleague among the place, usually they will have the header content. I think they have the standard header content, most of the organization. But this is mainly retargeting for those new promotional emails that they're sending out randomly. You know, new companies, they do promoting of their company business. So that's why I put in that. It's short as TGIF. What is TGIF? Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. But today is not Friday. Today is Sunday. Right? Today is Sunday. Okay. So that is the short, sweet as that. That's what's the meaning by as long as it's sweet and short. People want to look at your email. People want to read your email. Right? Okay. Also, I mentioned about the spam word. What kind of a spam word? For example, I put in that in the note. You cannot use a capital font in the subject line. In the tajuk, dalam tajuk, you tak boleh guna perkataan besar. Because when you put in a perkataan besar, especially for marketing emails, not the one that you're responding to the clients, you know, email or no. This one for the new marketing promotional email that you're targeting and you're sending to your all those clients and customers, your targeted group. You should not put in a capital. Capital means ayat huruf besar. So for example, the header is Marina Bay. So it has to be small letters. Capital as usual, sentence, and then the others is sentence. It cannot be capital. So if it's capital, the spam will capture this as a spam. And it will go to the spam folder. It won't be delivered to the recipient. So that one you must see. Another one is exclamation mark. If you see, sometimes if you open your Gmail, everyone here is using smartphone, right? I'm sure everybody has Gmail. When you open a Gmail, sometimes we will be receiving a promotional email from, don't know who's the company, you know, it could be a promotion sending. Did you notice in the email other exclamation mark saying free, promotional, get 100% discount, get free, promotion 100%, get fast, you know, all those funny words, it's all will be captured in the spam. Gmail also have the spam folders, but not all will go to the spam. This is more on corporate companies, since they are more they are worried and the concern on the security purpose. If they have these IT specialists where they are handling all these incoming emails, they have a specialized person who will be handling and taking care of the company IT security purpose. So they want to avoid spam. So we have to make sure don't put capital, don't put the exclamation mark. Sorry. And then question mark or open and close question mark. So all that might be falling under spam. Okay. I have even in example of not spam, even title there with essential oil. You see, there's a short title I put in there. Essential oil. Learn what they do. So this is how the header going to be. Essential oil. Learn what they do. What they do. You don't need to put in a capital. You don't need, as long as it's short, sweet, and catchy. People will just open and read what it's all about. Right? Okay. Next. Okay, remember in the subject line, I also told you about ask open-ended question. Ask open-ended question. What is open-ended question? Apakah itu open-ended question? So, I have given example here. Open-ended question is like strong woman, strong girl, and with a simple subject line. Who has wonder? Woman's role model. Okay, I have given a sentence example there. If you see, strong woman, strong girls need nail it with a simple subject line. Strong woman, strong girl. I already stated that. Strong woman, strong girl, and who, I wonder, who is the role model? So it's an open-ended question. Open-ended question, soalan yang that question that you want to know, you are putting in the sentence and you put it as a question. So it can be in the subject line as well. Later I'll show more example. Okay. Yeah, that. I told you, right? Be unique in the email inbox. Be unique. So, how does it be unique? Unique in your own way. Like I told you earlier, when you walk into the shopping complex, you look at the shop structure, the shop colors, and the shop signage, logo, or anything that unique. Could be signboard also. And anything that you feel that you want to go into the shop, that is unique. Unique is something attractive, right? So even in the inbox, email subject line has to be unique. If it's a promotional email, if it's a marketing email, you wanted to promote, you wanted to brand your company, so the subject line must be unique for people to read your email. Okay? You okay? Are you with me? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we go to the next. So that, okay, that is 5S. That is 5S, huh? The subject line. Remember, I told you 5S. 5S, right? The first S is subject line. For the email, the first, remember, 5S, the first one is subject line. Okay, the 5S, that first. The second one is salutation. What is salutation? Salutation is not, you see the policeman area. Salute. In salute, we are giving respect. Yes. That's also, we are giving respect to a person. We are giving respect to the person. So, in a email, in a letters, surat-surat rasmi ataupun surat, mana-mana surat yang kita hendak hantar kepada sesiapa. It could be your client, customer. You know, the salutation is very, very important. You have to address them with a proper salutation. For example, Datuk, Datik, Mrs., Miss. If you gonna mention that Datuk without the Datuk, Encik, let's say Encik Ahmad, and he's a Datuk, you know, you forgot about the salutation. You doesn't know that he's a Datuk and just put in the Encik Ahmad. He gonna be get angry. You know, these people, they need respect because they have such a respectful salutation over there. For example, doctors, engineers, even the doctors, they have DR in front there, you see. If you mention that person is like Miss Vaishnavi, but instead she is a Dr. Vaishnavi, how you felt it? This person don't know. I'm a doctor, you see, I'm a doctor, but they doesn't know I'm a doctor, but they just mention me as Miss. You know, it could trigger the recipients. So the salutation is very, very important. So must know the person you're sending, who is the person. You have to do some research. If you're directing to the HR manager is who. If you're directing to the finance manager is who. Even within an internal interaction in the email also, the salutation is very important. And the Mr. and Mrs. is identify their gender. If you just, we might never know, because some countries, the name is look like a female name, but it's a man. So we don't know whether it's a man or female, right? That's why the salutation is important for us, for them to know that they are, who they are. Okay, so remember that. That first S and this is second S, the salutation. Salutation is the second S of the letter, right? And remember, in the salutation as well, according to the salutation is the same importance. You have to greet a person. When you came here just now, you have had the self-introduction of your partners. You greet the others as well, right? Good morning. So greeting is also very important. You have to greet people in the email, even though they don't know your expression. It's okay. When you say hello, how are you? So it's your greeting. Hello, oh hi, good morning. You know, it's a greeting that we are writing with friendly manners to them. So salutation and greeting also included. It's a part of important things that you have to know in the email. Okay, are you with me? Okay? Okay? So I go to the, so first S is, what I told, first S is subject line. Second S, salutation. Okay, we go to the third S. Third S is summarize. What is summarize? Okay, summarize. And when you're writing an email, I have received an email, you know, it's not summarized, it's like karangan. You know karangan, right? Semua pernah pergi sekolah. Semua tahu apa itu karangan. Contoh karangan. Bagaimana rupa karangan, isi kandungan karangan. And you cannot write an email like karangan. Nobody is going to read. Let's say you're sending a letter to your partner, email to your partner. You're writing like a karangan, you're writing like an essay, and you're not summarizing, you talk this story, that story, this. Nobody is going to read. She don't prefer to read and know what is this, you know, you write email, so such a long email, no. It must be summarized, rumuskan, right? And remember, when you write that email, summarize, you have to keep it simple. And I want to give you an example of email when I wrote to our clients. I used to work in a legal firm. This legal firm, they are handling deadlines. So deadlines, there's a deadline where you have to attend to certain things, cases. Most of the court cases, they have deadline, you know, all these kind of things. So when you're writing an email to them with the subject line and then in the content you have summarized, but some of the important, like the deadline, when I say the deadline, the date has to be they have to be highlighted over in the email. How it will be highlighted? You have to bold, you have to underline. Bagi nampak the word. Yes, you kena bagi nampak. If you going to put it in a sentence, you tak bold, you tak underline, you takkan nampak. People won't see. It won't
That
like.
one all will be small.
Yes, it's a normal. So when you bold, dia terang.
That one
besar.
like big.
Big. And then when you underline, so they know this is the important things. That's why they bold and underline. So for the deadline, usually we will bold and underline for the clients to know that that date is important. Even a certain sentence, for example, in the email itself, I would like to have your blah blah blah, your documents. I need this document. I need your company, maybe company background or company description, or maybe I need form this, form that, all that, whatever you're requesting to the customers, whatever you're requesting to the people, you have to put it bold, you have to underline, so that they know that things are important for us to remember. When you, even in the letter, surat, right? You can see some surat, you tengok tajuk dia akan bold, dia akan underline. That means it's important. Okay, kita kena tahu bahagian ini adalah untuk kita ambil tahu. So we know that better than if you got to put in the normal sentence like this letter. This now like this letters you see. I have bolded my header. I bolded my header. So why I bold it? Because I know that header is important. Then the content doesn't matter. We can just later we have to read, but that is important. So bold, underline, paragraphing, sentence, short email, summary, all that important in an email. You have to write in with a proper structure. That's later. I'll teach further later. And any questions so far with these 3S? If you don't understand this, you can ask me. Any question? You have questions since you're going to start? No. So do you understand what is bold, what is underline, what is the importance of bold, what is the importance of the underline? And like I said, you have to summarize your email. Summarize means rumusan. In a school we have, right, rumusan, right? We have, right? We learn how to rumus. They give a long cerita. Rumuskan cerita di atas. Then you have to rumus, you have to shorten the story, you have to cut this, you have to cut that as long as the important message has been delivered properly. So that is summarized, right? Okay. So this is summarized is third S. Third S. Okay. So we go to the next slide. Okay, I can't show you example here because of the projector. Apologize for that. Since you have the note, this is the example of email of the screen. And the black one is the screen number. Black. Okay, I don't want you to look at the screen, and just look at the note over here. Can you see on the first PowerPoint slide, I have given you example of the email. So comment me, what do you think about the email? Email yang saya bagi contoh tu, macam mana, bagaimana rupa dan keadaan email? Any comments you can share? Something wrong with the emails? Okay, what is that? What's wrong with the email? When you want to try? The subject. There's no subject header, right? Earlier I told you, remember? The first thing, subject line. There's no subject line in the email.
Yes.
Right? So subject, what else?
Greeting and then salute.
Yeah, there's no proper greeting. Hey, Brad. That's not greeting. It sounds like, sending to your friend. Macam. Hi, Macam. It's like that. There's a way. You're talking to your friend. This is your business. This is not your friends. hey Bray, it's like talking to your friend. So that is not a proper salutation. Subject line, no. No proper subject line, no salutation, no greeting. And then too many of exclamation mark. Remember I told you even in the subject line you cannot put in that exclamation mark, you cannot put in the question mark. Here in the email content itself, they have put in a lot of exclamation mark in one sentence. Why? Sekolah pun, kita pergi sekolah pun, punctuation, this one cikgu akan mark juga. Cikgu akan bulatkan kenapa you tulis banyak exclamation, kenapa tanda soal you lebih daripada satu. The question is like similar to this, you know. Okay, fine. And the last one, if you notice at the end of the email,
No regards. No regards.
no regards. And then one more, they write in the short form. They use the short form TTYL. What is TTYL? I don't know, man. What is TTYL? I don't know. What are you trying to say? It's funny, right? Weird. And it has been over summarized. It's not summarized, over summarized. Even want to say thank you also TTYL. Funny, right? Okay. So this is not a proper email. Another one, if you go to the second one, you see, you don't need to read the content. It's too broad. You just look at the content. Earlier I told you, remember, summarize. The second S. What they doing in this email? How they have written this email? Karangan, man. Karangan. Siapa nak baca karangan? Siapa nak baca? And you see in the first sentence itself sudah banyak paragraph. Banyaknya apa yang tulis ni? Yeah, it's too long, right? It's too long and it's funny. You don't expect people to read unless, yeah, like I said, I told you, I've been working in a legal firm. Yes, you will be receiving this kind of email sometimes. You know, you have to print out the email and you have to read each and everything. Sometimes these people, a lot of people, this kind of people who send this kind of email is overseas. Trust me, US, UK, sometimes you know, the email proficiency is very, very high. They will send this kind of email. They expect us to understand the content of the email. You know, they can just make it simple lah. You know, you want this and that. What you need, what I want, and why you're writing the email, the purpose. That's why I said summarize. Summarize your email. You need to summarize. You don't need to put it all like your grandfather's story, all that. Right? Correct. Okay. And the third one, I think also the same issue like the first one. The third one, if you see, you don't need to read because it's too tiny. And but did you see in the sentence in between they called it the address? You know, did you notice they called it? And this one also no salutation, no greeting. It just put something into this head, you know, and then straight away in the contents in the paragraph they given the address with the board. This is not a proper way. It's not complete. First, you have to always start. How come you can talk to people? For example, Suja, I want to talk to Suja without I introducing myself, without I greeting, without I know what to approach. I say to hey, come, let's go. You think she's gonna come with me? No. Why are you calling me to come? She will be thinking, why are you calling me to come? Why? You have to tell her, Suja. Hi Suja, how are you? You okay? Are you free on this day? Why? That is open-ended question. Why? She will ask me that. I say, no, I have this training, you see, it's going on. So, if you're free, come. You go and join. Header, subject line, content, and you have summarized. So, it's very important, you see? Subject line, the content, summarize. You have to know the everything step by step. Okay, so these are the example of email. I'm sure when you started to work like new girl, I think you have gone through all the stages already. So it's okay because you're here for and all you want to just gain knowledge, So, who knows, maybe in future she wanted to become a business owner, so she will sit and she need to draft an email, sending a promotional, even a text messages also play important role. Whatever you're gonna learn in this email drafting, you also can apply to your text messages. Text messages, or the messages that you're gonna send to your client if you're startup in business. Right, it's also tips for that. Not only is going to be email, it can be implemented for the letters as well. Surat, this content. Right? Okay, next. Supporting details. 4S. This is the 4S. Just now earlier was summarize. Okay, first one done, second one done, third one also done. Summarize. This is number 4. Supporting details. What is supporting details? Anyone know? What is supporting details? Any idea? Veni, since you have drafted and you have been in the office environment, you can give an example. What is supporting details? Supporting details could be anything, document, could be information.
Attachment.
Can be anything. Attachment is what? Attachment. Something like example?
Document.
Pictures, okay. Then? That's
Video.
Yeah, can be. Okay. You wanted to write an email. Okay, I wanted to write an email to Veni. Okay, let's say. And I want to talk about today's training. Right, today's training. I just invited her. So I'm going to invite Veni now through the email. Through the email with those details that I'm going to write in, every details. Also can, whatever it is, as long as a supporting document. And she's gonna ask me back, hey, okay, this training, do you have any supporting document? So my supporting document is going to be flyer. My flyer, my brochure, the training contents. What is the training about? Who is the trainer? Who gonna conduct? And what is the training benefit? The day, the venue, what time to what time? What, this is my supporting detail. So this is an example of supporting detail. When you're writing emails to promotional, marketing, all that, normally it doesn't matter. You can just write in. Sometimes some people using flyers as a body text and they send it to people as a advertisement purpose. They send. There's a many way of email. But this one I focus on your clients, internal within your colleagues and external to your clients, to your customer, to your whoever it is, right? You need to provide a supporting document. For example, I told you I've been in the legal firm. I work, it's an intellectual property firm where we handle deadlines. Okay, so sometimes we need to get this form for the client to sign and return back to us. So that is one type of a supporting document. So when you email it, you tell them this and this. You tell them it's okay. It's going on. Okay. And let's say I'm going to tell about the deadline. And the deadline, sometimes there's a letter from the ministry. We could attach as a supporting document. Letter from the ministry. Whatever I'm writing an email, I attach a document for them to see proof. What I'm saying is true. It's a proof. Right? So it's a supporting details.
You got one proof.
Yeah. You're writing to the client and you want to show them that this is a fact. So you need to provide supporting details. That's a letter from the ministry, for example. And also, if for example, if a new email you're writing to, okay, just now I invited Suja, come go, right? So I have met her, I go with her training, and then after few months I have lost contact with her. Suddenly I want to email to Suja. Suddenly I want to email to Suja. I want to talk to Suja, so long already I never talked to Suja, so long already I never keep in touch. Okay, it could be one. Now people are using technology based, WhatsApp, all that. But I lost contact with her. I only have whatever the training details, or could be okay. I put it this way. Suja has attended the training, and then Suja now is a business owner. Suja having her own business. Suja started, and I have seen, come on, this woman, I know her. And then I met her, I went with her training, and then she has her own business, she opened, set up her own business, and now how am I supposed to contact her? And I'm training, I'm a trainer, I want to train her staff, I want to train employees. So how am I going to approach her? I want to approach her because now she's doing business. What? I can get training for her. I can do training for her staff, employees. And how am I going to provide the supporting details? This is the example of supporting detail I'm going to test. So I will write an email. I will write an email or letters, whatever it is. I will just put this. Hi Suja, good morning. Do you remember me? Open-ended question. Do you remember me? And I'm going to read down and tell. You remember Suja? We have attended this training before together. Remember, I and you attended this training together this time, and we have completed the course. We had fun. So this is supporting